सो वेलकम यू गाइस एंड आज हम देखने वाले हैं कुछ यहाँ से आते हैं। तो आज हम देखने वाले हैं कि फॉरेनर्स बनाते हैं इंडियन फूड और हम लोग को मालूम है फॉरेन में कितना बर्बाद करते हैं। तो लेट्स ट्राई कि एक बंदा है एंडी किचन करके, मुझे काफ़ी होपफुल लगता है, हो सकता है कुछ अच्छा बना है, देखना है मुझे। तो देखते हैं साथ में, और अगर अच्छा लगे तो प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब लाइक कर दोगे चलेगा सब्सक्राइब ना भी करो। ओके, मैं चैट पे लिख दूँ वेलकम? नहीं लिखना है, नहीं लिख सकता मैं, नहीं लिख सकता। ओके, ऐसे तो नहीं लिख सकता मैं, ऐसे नहीं लिख सकता। खैर, वी आर गोइंग टू वॉच दिस ब्यूटीफुल क्रिएटर एंड हिज किचन एंड ही इज ट्राइंग टू मेक चिकन बिरयानी। देखते हैं कि क्या होता है अगले का। एंडी बनाने वाला है इंडियन चिकन बिरयानी। चिकन बिरयानी बन रही है ब्लू, होप यू लाइक इट एंड वी आर गोइंग टू वॉच इट। 15 मिनट का वीडियो है, गुड। लेट्स सी क्या बनाता है, कैसा बनाता है। उम्मीद तो है अच्छा बनाएगा। थैंक यू फॉर कॉलिंग इट द बेस्ट राइस डिश एवर।
One of my most popular videos I've ever made was on a chicken biryani dish with over 140 million views. Now controversially, I did a tomato version, which isn't particularly common in a lot of the world. But today I thought we'd take a deep dive into one of my more favourite dishes, the Hyderabadi biryani.
हैदराबादी बेहतरीन।
The first thing you're going to need is you can do it with a knife, the traditional way, or you can do it with a man.
बिरिस्ता बना रहा है, बहुत ही सही।
Be careful because these things take things. Still gets the best of us.
मेंटेनेंस के बाद भी हो जाता है यार। प्याज रुलाता ही है। ओके, तुम रो रहे हो, मैं शायद हंस सकता हूँ। चीयर्स। एवरीथिंग इज गोइंग सो फार सो गुड। डीप फ्राई होता तो जल्दी हो जाता है, उससे भी कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, बस ओवर क्राउड ना करना।
You probably want to do 2 or 3 batches, otherwise you overcrowd the pan. Now just keep them moving. Don't walk away from this, or you'll have brown onions. You don't want that. The great thing about this dish is that it's really easy to cook for a lot of people and pretty affordable too. You can use chicken. You can use chicken drumsticks, which are
easy तो नहीं है भाई यहाँ पे।
You can just leave the meat out altogether if you really wanted to.
क्योंकि हम लोग के पास बहुत डिश है जो तुरंत बन जाती है।
A whole bunch of spices and some yogurt, so it's not that expensive to cook for a lot of people. So
हाँ, ये तो बात है।
see the water's evaporated. There's lost a lot of volume from the onions, and this is where you need to pay really close attention because things start to happen. All right, so we've got a lined tray, some paper towel. Turn our onions out onto, and take them out just before you think they're good.
निकालो, अपनी हीट में भी पकता है।
All right, time to rinse and repeat with the rest of our onions.
वो वाला बात का बैच, मतलब आधा निकाला होगा, आधा लेट में निकाला वो वाला।
And we'll get our chicken marinating. Okay.
ऐसे तुम लोग को थोड़ा ना दिख रहा होगा, ऐसे दिखेगा ना?
ऐसे। That we're going to cook the biryani in because I like to save dishes. We have 1 kilo of chicken thighs, skin off. Now you can use chicken drumsticks, work really well. You can buy a whole chicken and break it down, works really well as well. But I do think it's probably worthwhile getting something on the bone. It's a bit more fiddly when you're eating it.
Yeah.
To start,
बोन में अलग ही टेस्ट होता है, जो आ जाता है। बोन तो नहीं खाता कोई, लेकिन बोन से टेस्ट अच्छा आता है। कश्मीरी turmeric,
garam masala, you can make your own.
गरम मसाला। बिरयानी में अपना गरम मसाला बनाना चाहिए।
Little bit of garlic. Juice of a lemon.
Okay, great marination. So far so good.
Green chili.
एक
Just simply sliced.
भाई हैदराबादी बना रहे, एटलीस्ट 3 डाल ले भाई। हैदराबादी है, लखनवी नहीं है।
Cinnamon stick.
अवधि।
Some greens. We're going to get 8. And we're just going to lightly crush it.
Okay, good.
Cumin seeds.
बट ये चावल में नहीं पड़ती है।
4 cloves. Salt. This is where we start layering in herbs. So I've got some mint, just roughly chopped. And of course coriander.
Good.
And last but definitely not least,
ये चलो चलता है, ये तो पड़ता है.
onions. And we just fry.
Half, only half.
Give that a good mix around.
Okay.
Make sure
अच्छा जा रहा है भाई, बनेगी टेस्टी, इतना तो लग रहा है अभी.
Spices are evenly distributed.
अब इसके आगे तो फक अप कर ही नहीं सकता ये.
You can marinate this for 24 hours in the fridge. You can marinate it for an hour, just at room temp if you really wanted to. But I suggest that you do it for at least 4 hours, if not 24 hours. But yeah, really work the chicken around because you want some of all those spices and everything to be nice and evenly distributed. Clean down your sides so that marinade's all in there. Chuck the lid on, pop it in the fridge for 4 hours. Our chicken has been in the fridge for 3 hours. It's time to start getting our rice. Now, you want an aged basmati rice. Very important. Should be like a nice color like this, kind of golden.
पुराना चावल बोलते हैं जिसको.
Nice long grain, and that's how we get those really nice singular grains with the end dish. First up, we need to wash it into a large bowl and over to the sink. The cold water, and we're going to rinse it 2 times.
2 times. Okay. Great one. ज़्यादा अपने को स्टार्च भी नहीं निकालना क्योंकि बॉईल होगा, उसमें निकल जाएगा बाकी का.
So a third amount of water, we're going to leave it in there. We're going to soak for 35 to 40 minutes.
Great.
Once our biryani is layered, we're actually going to pour over some saffron milk. So I've got some warm milk
Oh,
here,
saffron milk भी बना रहा है भाई.
simply going to steep some saffron in it.
भाई दूध बहुत ज़्यादा लग रहा है, केसर भी बहुत ज़्यादा गई यार.
Just use some turmeric in place.
जितना तुमने बनाया है उससे बहुत ज़्यादा है, बहुत ज़्यादा है.
When we are cooking the biryani,
केसर कितने का मिलता है भाई?
seal the lid tightly and it keeps the steam and it steams everything nicely. There's a couple of ways you can do it.
ज़रूरत नहीं है, आप कपड़ा लगा सकते हो, प्रेशर कुक कर सकते हो, लेकिन तुम करो.
Into a bowl.
Chopsticks.
We're not trying to make anything that's really going to be edible, so don't stress too much. Water in the middle and bring it together. So you want a pretty workable dough. You don't want too dry or too
मैदा है.
You're going to have to roll it out like a big log.
मैदा हम लोग तो ज़्यादा यूज़ भी नहीं करते ना मैदा.
Steam hits it all, melts away almost. All right, we get it to a shaggy mess like this, and we can start kneading it with our hands.
Okay, great. तुमको वो कैसा बोलते हैं, वो थोड़ा सा पतला डो बनाना है, not a hard dough. हाँ, sticky dough.
I think where the dough came from was before, when this was made a long time ago, and they were cooking over open coal. You kind of didn't want to put a tea towel on it because obviously the tea towel would catch fire, and tea towels probably weren't that common back then either. So this is kind of a common technique used in a few different cultures. If you want to seal a pot properly, or if you really inexpensive ingredients together. So we'll roll this out into a long batter basically, and then we can let it rest.
काउंटर पे चिपक रहा है बहुत अच्छे से, ये बहुत सही डो है.
Leave that in the bowl until we need it. Large pot with a lid of boiling water. It's about just a little bit of salt and then
Cinnamon.
Flavor it. Some green cardamom.
Sorry, cardamom.
Green chili in half.
सिनेमन भी डाल सकता है यार, सिनेमन डाल दी.
2 cloves, some cumin seeds. So when you're doing stuff like this, it's all about layering flavors. So any time we can add flavor to the equation, we will. So we're obviously going to blanch our rice in this. So by adding these additional aromats, all we're doing is layering flavor. So it's still
70 से 80% ही पकाना है अपने को. That's for you. देखने में तो अच्छा लग रहा है बासमती.
And then get the lid on. Alright, we're just starting to see it start to boil. Be really careful at this point. We do not want to overcook this. Don't be afraid to take the grain out.
ऐसे ही चेक करना चाहिए.
The taste not quite yet. Close though.
अच्छा तो जा रहा है यार, सही तो बनी है.
Coming out. Chicken from the fridge. On onto the heat.
Great. You need to cook the
We're
chicken
not
too.
going to cook the chicken at this point. We're just trying to kind of start the process happening. We're going to do about 4 or 5 minutes at high temperature. We're going to keep stirring it pretty well, and then we're going to remove half the chicken and start the layering.
Okay, layering करेगा. ओके, रेड चिली नहीं डाली इसमें. लाल मिर्च डाली तो थी भाई. कश्मीरी ने भी कलर नहीं दिया.
Doing its thing over there, we'll get our little dough.
कोई नहीं, बिरयानी
to
है.
the outside. So this dough is pretty wet. Use a bit of flour. Ooh, very wet. And we're just trying to roll a big log that will be long enough. You can actually just stretch it. That'll be
तो
long
दम
enough
देने के लिए
around the whole of the pot. I reckon that's enough. So that's good to go. You kind of want it a bit sticky, but you don't want it to stick to the pot when you leave it. Alright, time to start layering our biryani.
गुड.
So like I was saying, we're not here to cook the chicken, we're just here to kind of get it going, I guess. So I'm going to turn the heat off completely, and I'm going to pull out half of the chicken. So there's 6 big pieces in here.
थाई
A little bit of the gravy.
थाई pieces
Too
only.
much though. Okay, so we got 3 pieces left. We'll make sure we start layering. So we're going to have 2 layers. 2 layers of chicken, 2 layers of rice. Sorry, it's a bit chefy.
I personally like कि पहले एक लेयर चावल की हो, वो क्रिस्प हो जाता है जब तक पकता है.
Me, look, I'm just going to clean up this pot.
नहीं, कोई ज़रूरत नहीं मेरे भाई,
We don't need to do this stuff.
कोई ज़रूरत नहीं.
We used to get told off if we didn't that when I was working for people in Europe. Alright, now we're going to clean pot and continue on. So, sprinkle our rice. See a cinnamon stick in there, just leave it, doesn't matter.
निकाल भी सकते हो, ऐसे कोई बात
Even
नहीं.
the rice smells good, it's so fragrant. Just make sure it's nice and even. Okay, now add the chicken back in. Make sure you put all the sauce in there. Now we're going to sprinkle some of our onions. This is like the best bit, the onions. Coriander, mint, and a last layer. Alright, it's time to seal this thing out. Lid on. And we'll seal it with our dough.
भाई पहले डो लगाओ, उसके बाद लिड रखो ऊपर से, वो अपने आप पकड़ लेगा. ये इतनी मेहनत करने की ज़रूरत ही नहीं पड़ती.
But I think this is the more traditional way.
ना, दिस इज़ द ट्रेडिशनल वे, बट यू आर डूइंग द रॉन्ग वे. आटा पहले रखो, उसके ऊपर लिड रखो.
Nice and sealed. We're going to go straight to maximum heat for 10 minutes. Then we're going to turn it down, right down to really pretty low. So I'm going to go like number 2 here on this induction, and we're going to cook it for another 30 minutes.
Okay, cook it.
Cooking for like 40 minutes in total. We'll let it rest for 20 minutes before we crack it open.
Okay, you need to wait.
It's always a bit
सबसे
nerve-wracking.
बड़ी दिक्कत बिरयानी खोलने में ही होती है.
I'm not used to not being able to see what I do as I cook. There's no hiding it.
देखो कैसे ऊपर से निकल रहा है. लीड पहले उठनी चाहिए, उसके बाद आटा निकलना चाहिए. दैट्स ओके.
So, what we'll do before,
बर्तन के हिसाब से तो सही है.
individual grains of rice.
बर्तन वैसा नहीं जो आटा रखा जा सके. ठीक है,
And look at it.
अच्छा
That's
हुआ.
what we're after. Nice.
ओके, सेपरेट ग्रेन्स, कलर्ड, चिकन कुक्ड, टेंडर.
Yeah, time to plate up.
केसर ने भी रंग लाया.
And you kind of want to plate this up in layers the way that it comes out of the pot, if that makes sense. Just going to finish with a little bit more
Cilantro.
coriander and mint. And we have a Hyderabadi biryani. It's better. So, the most important part, what does it taste like? It's beautiful. It's fragrant, light.
भाई एक रायता और हो जाता, मज़ा आ जाता.
Flavors and aromas coming through. The rice is perfectly cooked.
बहुत ही बेहतरीन बनी है
Chicken's
भाई.
still nice and moist.
शायद हम लोग हरा धनिया ऊपर से कम ही डालते हैं, लेकिन ठीक है.
Definitely worth the hype.
बहुत ही. आई विल गिव दिस 10 आउट ऑफ, नहीं सॉरी, 9.9 5, क्योंकि गरम मसाला भाई अपने हाथ से बनता है। सो 9.5 आउट ऑफ 10, दैट्स द केस एंड यू वांट इट।